All right, everyone. This is kind of the main event of Karnovember. We got a standard Karnov's Revenge bracket, and we got a pretty good tournament for this one, I think. We got 17 entrants, probably minus a few DQs or failed check-ins, whatever. But I'm going to get things ready, and then we can get our stream matches on. Okay, so it looks like we got, let me see how many people exactly. No sign of Tiago, no sign of Vicky Viper. And Mastica is on Wi-Fi, so I'm going to have to remove them from bracket as well, unfortunately. Looks like we got 14 people total. Yeah, I'm just gonna do these two matches in round one, and we'll stream more as we go on. And remember to start the tournament, and there we go. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance. I forget, did Vortex Gallery had both Guru and Wedge were in that top three. All right, let's put on Zero Aaron and Crow. But I believe the winner was Yuri Best Girl again, right? Let me check. No, okay, yeah. Wedge was the winner, and then Guru was second. But I guess for the Karnovember events, maybe, yeah.
Round one, fight!
Alright, so first up, we got Zero Aaron playing Karnov and Crow playing Ryoko. Crow entered our Karnov only, or Samchai only tournament. So we'll see how much, how he plays around with this character. Yeah, I had actually tapped Guru to sign up for this one as well, and hopefully he's learned his lesson with regards to the player side. Alright, yeah, this has been a pretty dominant showing from Zero Aaron. Ryoko does have some tools in this matchup, and the fact that Karnov lacks reversal means she can kind of get away with her pressure against this character, unlike, Ray, Lee, etc. But it is still a bit of an uphill battle. Yeah, contemplating the character switch here. Alright, quick combo, and yeah, she's already in danger. You really got to defend yourself against Balloon, and that's easier said than done. The big thing when it comes to Ryoko is like, yeah, she can obviously air throw Karnov out of Balloon, but if he's too high up for her to reach in time, that's a real factor. But yeah, I think he might not know about the air throw, because he's trying to do, like I saw jumping light kick up there, that's not gonna work. Yeah, this has been a bit of a slaughter. Okay. Oh, and crossed up and into the throw. Right, so that's going to be a quick 2-0 for Zero Aaron. It's sets like these that make me consider running the game all first to 3 sometimes, but I think when the chips are down and people are playing like pretty defensively, things can get complicated. Right, so that's 2-0 for Zero Aaron. Let's see. Next up will be Generic Soda and Max on stream. Yeah, I mean, I put out that video for reasons, but actually, hold on. Is there a what? Just I see Mochungo and Crow in. Did someone sign up twice, or I guess these are different people, huh? I know last time Mochungo switched to Crow so he could play off of Wi-Fi in our Samchai bracket. I'm very confused right now. If he doesn't reply to your challenge though, then I guess that'll count as a DQ. They're on the same router. That's interesting. I don't know too much about how Fightcade handles those kinds of things. I mean, I'm the only person in my house who's going to be playing on this, right? Ooh, all right, tries a Tiger uppercut there. This matchup may end up being a lot more even. Mizoguchi fucks this character up. It's pretty mutual, I think.
Karnov wins! Round 2, fight!
Yeah. Well, we'll try and get through our winners round 1 matches, and then if he's hasn't been able to accept the challenge, or hasn't chosen to accept the challenge by the time we're into round 2, I'm gonna have to pull the trigger and DQ, right? Something I covered in my dealing with balloon video is sometimes it's better to get out of the corner instead of trying to directly like beat balloon. Oh, this could be huge. Yeah, that's dead for sure. That's all it takes sometimes. You can easily pop that weak spot, and Karnov's dead. That's true for a lot of characters, but I think basically everything Mizoguchi is throwing out is going to hit his weak spot, which isn't true for all characters. Like, against Zazie, he's not going to do quite as much damage. Same for Lee, for the most part. Yeah, no, this is classic Mizoguchi. I also explained part of dealing with Mizoguchi's uppercut is that once you block a second one, he's usually at a spacing where he's either -4 or -7. So you can take a chance to either jab him or even sweep him out a bit, depending on where you are. Nice. Yeah, at that point he could have jabbed him. Unfortunately, it can be really hard to tell sometimes. That's a pretty legit frame trap, yeah. It looks like that is 1 point to Max Bergev.
Round one, fight! Tiger!
Alright, we see a switch to Marstorius now. That's pretty cool. Generic Soda is a bit of a kindred spirit among the Marstorius players. I want to believe in this character a lot too. And I think it gets boiled down too easily to if you have a fireball you beat him, but characters like Mizoguchi, ooh, impressive to combo into the drill power slam there. I think he deals just fine with Mizoguchi. I don't particularly think like Matlock is too scary for him either, but once you're picking out the low tiers, it feels kind of like cheating. I've honestly always thought Samchai was like a 4-6 for Marstorius, like not too bad, you know? That's because you know what he's gonna go for most of the time. Oh, that should have been a double German. Okay. So far, Max able to keep Generic Soda out pretty effectively with that jumping light punch and DP. Oh, was that like a confirm off the neutral jump heavy kick? That's pretty nice for him, actually.
Mizoguchi wins!
Let's see, it looks like most people have played their matches. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. Good to use the hit stun shift there if Mizoguchi connects a weird high Tatsu like that. Okay, this could be for the game. Nice. Have to do it to them.
Marstorius wins!
Mars, for funny reasons, has one of the better reversals in the game, to be honest. It's, I think 12 frames invincible, which is, like, competing with Wheel Kick as far as, like, pure invincibility frames. That's gonna out-prioritize anything. It can be, usually I think you can sweep it if he does it on block. Oh no, misses a double German there too. Yeah, Mars is easily 50% double German by weight there, so if he doesn't, you know, use grab to punish things like that, his life is a lot harder. Alright, setting up a situation there where like he's at the right distance to throw, but also, you know, avoid any of Mizoguchi's buttons. Yeah, that Tatsu there was just low enough to actually hit him crouching, which, again, if you can find Mars in that position, you're usually pretty good. Alright, all Generic Soda needs is like one lucky jump in or sweep. Ah, nice anti-air.
Mizoguchi wins!
And yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, make sure all these matches get reported while I'm trying to commentate this, so I'm very happy that people are, you know, cooperating for the most part. Nice. Oh, the drop kick does not knock down there because Mizoguchi was in the air. That's one thing you gotta get used to in this game. Anything that would knock down does not knock down if it hits them in the air, with the exception of anything with a fire effect. Ooh, really funny trade there. Is Generic Soda gonna win this though? Locking him down. Oh, I think that would have been command grab. Not quite. Oh man. What a scramble of an ender there. That's going to be 2-1 for Max Bergiv. Okay. Let's see. Crazy Levers Mochungo is still going. I will put that on for just a minute while Wedge and Ryu get into their game. Let me just check what the score is.
Versus Round 1, fight!
Oh, okay. Crazy Lee's doing some damage with Mizoguchi here. But yeah, Wedge and Ryu, you can start. I'm just putting this on.
Round 2, fight!
All right, looks like it's gonna be 2-1 for Crazy Lee. Oh, looks like Tengu Blade and Guru Snuck already started playing. That is going to be on stream though. I'll just grab the replay for it.
Zazie versus round
Not the end
1,
of the world.
fight!
In a way, I think Mizoguchi is kind of our like how Yoshi and Melee evolved over time. All right, let's get back to this match. Looks like, yeah, it looks like Wedge on Zazie and Ryu on Mizoguchi.
Round 2, fight!
Put out a video just yesterday about the player side differences. Ooh, the autocorrect Hellfire, you don't see that every day. It is surprisingly more consistent than you think, though. You just do have to do the input the right way. So in a way, you can probably option select it. Yeah, it's crazy to imagine people underrating Zazie now. This character has become kind of notorious. I think more than a couple people have said he's the reason they've put down the game. Or I had someone actually, I joined someone's stream. They were streaming fighting games against viewers, and they said maybe this Zazie guy should be banned. So yeah, the game looks very different from like the past. The game in like the 2020s compared to like 15 or so years ago is probably very different. I think, Mizoguchi is pretty well equipped to fight this guy. Oh no, you can't be doing that though. I do like the double hands though, that's pretty good for hitting Mizoguchi's weak spot. Yo, thank you DT for the raid. Unfortunately, your boy is kind of getting beat up here. But we've been seeing some healthy character variety this tournament.
Round 2, fight!
Okay, gets the full DP. You can't be standing near Zazie like that. Yeah, even though his throw's not too dangerous, the fact that hands are like a one-frame startup move you can throw out there is dangerous. And like, especially against a character with like a head weak spot, you're kind of incentivized to like go for the cross-ups against him, because if you can pop that weak spot, you can kill this character, right? Alright, looks like that is 2-0 for Wedge. But like I promised, I'm also going to put Tengu Blade versus Guru Snuck up on stream. So that's going to be our next match. Yep, that's Tengu Blade player 1, Guru Snuck player 2. Like I said, in our most recent tournament, which was Vortex Gallery 2025, Guru was second place and Wedge was first. And Guru kind of infamously made the mistake of like letting Wedge have player 2 as Zazie, which you really don't want to fight Zazie with that extra frame advantage generosity, especially because I guess the other thing though is that Ray does gain from player 1. He does gain a corner cross up with Thunder Dynamite Tackle. But I don't think Guru is the type of player to abuse that kind of thing too much. He plays a very solid defensive game, and he also has those combos down pat. If you can combo into Thunder Dynamite Tackle, like Ray gets a lot more dangerous. He goes from a character who kind of zones very well, but does all right damage to a character who can, you know, put characters like Karnov, Lee down in a single opening with that Thunder Dynamite tackle. The way Dizzy works in this game for the uninitiated is that every character's got a little weak point in their design. So for Karnov, it's a gold necklace he's wearing. For Ray, it's the lightning bolt on his shirt. And whenever it's flashing like that, it's one hit away. It usually takes 3 hits within the round to pop it off like that, and then you can do major damage. Geez, ambiguous crossup with jumping light punch from Ray too. You don't see that all the time.
Ray wins.
What are we on? We're on 1-0 for Durusnut.
Mizoguchi. Round 1. Fight.
And yeah, that wheel kick that he blocks standing can be deceptively hard to punish. It can be in the range of like -8 to -4. So in general, crouching against Ray is pretty advisable just to force wheel kick to whiff, but again, the more you're crouching, the more you're going to kind of make yourself predictable and neutral. So it kind of adds a weird dimension to fighting this guy where he restricts your movement in a way he wants to. Right? Good wheel kick. And the dynamite tackle, just time to whiff punish Mizoguchi's uppercut there. Really nice.
Round 2. Fight.
Yeah, unfortunately there's no extra priority on the Super Tiger Bazooka from Mizoguchi, so it'll do the same chip damage as a regular fireball, and it won't overpower other fireballs. It's only useful for stun punishes. Alright, that's going to be the game. Alright, let's see. That was over pretty quick, so I'm going to actually take a look at Zero Aaron and Crazy Lee, just because we got only part of one of those sets on stream. Looks like they're 1-1. Yeah. Anytime Karnov eats those weak spot hits, it's gonna hurt.
Mizoguchi wins. Round 2. Fight.
Alright, now let's see if I can actually commentate this. I think going from Ryoko to Mizoguchi is a pretty smart pick. I mean, both of these characters I think are extra focused on like simple but potentially damaging cross-ups, right? And a lot of characters in this game can cross up, but I think it's like the reliability with which Mizoguchi and Ryoko convert into them. Similar to like Lee, Karnov, compared to characters like Zazie and Jean who don't really go for cross-ups like that.
Round. Fight.
Alright. This is very even right now, though. Yeah, going for those repeat balloon pressure. In general, if Karnov's not representing heavy balloon too much, you can pretty reliably crouching heavy punch anti-air it. But in that situation, yeah, it's kind of a guessing game. And the main thing is like when Karnov gets you down to like that 10% threshold or so, it's really hard to fight your way out of that. So that is 2-1, Zero Aaron. All right, let me wrap some stuff up here real quick. Crow Pro Period and Mochungo are supposed to play. Tell Ryu and Generic Soda is happening right now. I'd also like to remind, yeah, Shui and Seriously Hoovy will have to play on off stream. Is that his losers round 2? Then we can get on with round 3, which is that's going to be winners semifinals. Actually, no, that is going to be, yeah, that's just winners round 3. Sorry. Let me put that on winners round 3. First up, that's going to be Wedge and Zero Aaron on stream. And then we'll get Guru Snuck and Max Bergiv. Or is that Max Berg the 4th? I'm never sure now that I'm reading it. All right. I'm going to have to bring it out. Let me see. Where do I have a window capture? So Wedge says heads. Let me flip. All right. So Wedge gets the pick. I know what he's picking. All right. Let me get Zero Aaron and Wedge on stream first, and then we can figure that stuff out later.
Zazzy
Jesus.
wins.
that's
Perfect.
that's the game. Yeah. Right, that is Wedge on player 2.
Round 2. Fight. Fire. Fire. Balloon.
Okay, good cross up. Gotta be careful against this guy. Nice block from Wedge. Wedge is definitely one of the more experienced players that's still around, so it's nice to see him show off like what exactly the game looks like when you're really playing it to its fullest. I like the attempt at a jump log kick air to air there though. Yeah, so the implications for Zazzy is that he will get like Link off hands quite a bit easier. I don't think he necessarily gets like player 2 only stuff, but I think just the fact that it's more reliable contributes a lot to him, right? And he doesn't really benefit from being player 1 at all. Okay, yeah. I do think getting like the second hands like that, usually
Zazie
you only get
wins.
one hit. You'll do light kick hands. And on player one, you usually get like one hit into maybe sweep or something, but there you'll get a couple more hits and it can do a bit more damage, which matters a lot for him.
Versus round one. Fight. Tiger.
Switch to Marstorius though. For a long time, I've kind of been a truther of the Marstorius Zazie matchup, but that's not, you don't necessarily see that in practice a lot, just because it's hard to fight against Zazie neutral. But you know, Zero Aaron making it work here.
Marstorius win. Perfect.
I mean, sometimes you mix them up and that's a round.
Round two. Fight. Tiger.
Okay, getting caught out in neutral with that lariat. I think in general, Mars is going to have a lot of trouble dealing with like Zazie's crouching light kick and standing light kick in neutral, but again, mix-ups don't discriminate. Wow. Using that to beat the Hellfire is kind of crazy. Okay. Now this is still potential game for Wedge. Can scope out a couple more hits, that can be the game. And yeah, Hellfire is going to hit Mars's feet there, so that's going to be good for Zazie.
Zazie wins. Final round. Fight.
Yeah, we're just starting to play a lot more patient now. If you can kind of keep at the distance where like Mars sweep won't quite reach you, you'll be able to poke it and score the weak point hit on whiff. Because it doesn't have a weak point when it's active. It's on like whiff recovery that you can actually hit him with it. I'll fully admit, for all the stuff I do know about this game, I was having trouble testing like the player 2 specific stuff for Zazie and Jean because it's kind of hard to like map and block as player 1. The training mode doesn't handle that automatically for player 1, it only does it for player 2. Anyhow, Wedge is going to take another game here. That one was a lot closer though. That was a pretty good choice to mix things up. But yeah, still only first to 2. Let's see. Next up is Guru Snook versus Max. The Maxberg the 4th, and this will be a first to 2. But also, yeah, I'm looking at the bracket and I'm not seeing a good way to substitute one of Crow or Mochungo in because the only outstanding DQ we've got is Savimens, and if he wins, if I sub in Crow for a Savimens, then if he wins, he's going to go up against Mochungo anyway in another round. So I'm not really. One of you guys is either going to have to play online or offline, or is going to have to accept the DQ, unfortunately. Anyway, we've got Ray versus Samchai. This matchup's definitely in Ray's favor. I don't think there's a lot Samchai can do. He has a worse weak spot, worse fireball, generally weaker reversal options and combos. It's kind of clear to see this is like a maybe as bad as a 3-7 for Samchai, right? He has some pretty real mix-ups against Ray, just like most of the cast. But yeah, in every way he just kind of finds himself behind in this matchup. And Ray's Thunder Dynamite tackle hitting his weak spot is not helping.
Ray wins. Zazie. Mizoguchi.
Yeah, Mizoguchi Ray is a lot more reasonable. Oh, you don't want to be crouching against this character. Yeah, it's going to be taking extra damage and getting stunned. Okay, good punish on that. Yeah, as tempting as it is to cancel into Air Tatsu, the way it suspends him there means it's usually pretty bad if you're high up. I do like the Mizuguchi pick, though. Mizu has some, like, underrated buttons for neutral, I think, because people look at, like, this character's damage and mix-ups and assume he is, like, a pure rushdown character who kind of has to luck his way in, but he's got a lot of ways to disrupt you in neutral, and, like, his crouching light kick and sweep are very good buttons. Oh, okay, kind of surprises him by going for the full air tatsu there. Well, the backdash into it too, okay. Max might be onto something here.
Mizoguchi wins! Final round, fight! Real kick! Real kick!
Okay. Guru trying to slow it down a bit and, you know, walk around in neutral just to see if he can bait Max into doing anything super unsafe. Nice. Yeah, he's playing this very well so far. Mizo does have a bit of a low jump, so he can get over fireballs easier than a lot of characters. Nice wheel kick, though. Looks like that is 2-0 for Guru. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't really have a way to account for people playing on the same network or IP. You're really not supposed to, right? It's not. It's going to connect two different people with different, you know, IPs and networks, right? But yeah, I do want to stream Losers Round 3 onward. We're going to stream a bit of Losers, and then we'll pop back into Winners Finals. First up is going to be Tengu Blade versus Mochungo. That's going to be Losers Round 2. Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of network situation is going on there if they can't play offline.
Karnov wins!
But I do think I gave people enough time to, you know, I think I explained pretty well what was going on, and like I offered up the option of them playing offline. So that's not, you know, I don't think I can really do anything else about that. But I did suggest playing offline just for the record. Anyway, yeah, Karnov, we haven't had to talk about the Karnov Infinite yet, because it is kind of hard to pull off reliably, I think. If you get the spacing right, then the link is not too hard, but it's mainly about like not getting the third hit. Oh, this is throw punishable. You have to throw that on block.
Samchai wins!
Samchai definitely has just enough going on to where he can play the cheesy route if he's feeling like it. Yeah, we got Tengu Blade on Karnov, and Mochungo on Sanchai. Oh man, this is pretty bad for him. Oh, the slide? Okay. No, he doesn't know. He doesn't know. Please tell me that wasn't a rage quit. Okay, okay.
Sanchai wins! Karnov. Round 1. Fight!
Oh wait, we did see the the upwards knee mix up though.
Sanchai wins! Perfect! Round 2. Fight!
You cannot let him get away with this. Okay, there we go. This drops this combo.
Sanchai wins!
All right, well that was a set. Mochungo move on. Yeah, this is now top 8, so that's losers round 3 or losers semifinals. Controller issue? Okay. Alright, there's a double German. This matchup is kind of bad for Yoko. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. However, I think this character does have a couple things that she can do. I mean, for one thing, the strength of Mars mostly lies in jab and sweep. If he sweeps, generally jumping is going to beat that, and if he jabs, then usually your sweep as Ryoko is going to beat that. But there's always command grab, and that kind of throws a wrench into things, where both characters have a ranged command grab, but Mars is going to be doing a lot more damage off it than Ryoko, so it's always going to be tilted in his favor a little bit. Ryoko does have the walk speed, though, which can kind of help if you're keen to whiff punish.
Ryoko wins! Round 2, fight! Tiger!
Oh, assuming that was an empty jump grab, but got the secret move out instead. The other problem is that Ryoko does, like, if she is pressing air buttons, Mars can effectively use, like, double German as an anti-air. He can, like, grab her from her air buttons when she lands, because Ryoko's air normals are not like that long range. Everything of hers is pretty short. That's a problem with her that a lot of other characters don't have. Is that dead? Not quite. Oh, the knee drop doing it.
Marstorius wins! Final round, fight! Heel kick!
And you know, take it from me, this game isn't as active as it used to be. A lot of games on Fight Kid aren't, to be honest, but I'm very happy with this turnout. And you know, I'm gonna keep loving and playing this game. But I do think like the regular tournaments and like stuff like this is probably gonna be a bit more limited. There's not as much competition for this game anymore outside of a few players. So this is going to take kind of a background to other games for the future, but I think I learned a lot and met a lot of cool people playing this game, so there's always a lot to carry forward into the future. This is a situation now where Generic Soda can really bring this one back, though. Okay, good block. Oh, trying to anti-air with the roll, and yeah, if you hesitate for even a second, then you can get command grabs like that.
Marstorius wins!
But yeah, the plan when it comes to Karnovember this year was to release videos and tie up a bunch of loose ends about this game.
Round one, fight!
So as long as I can put up stuff that exposes how the game works, like the player side advantage stuff, out to the world, so more people can learn about this game. Because I think it really is super fun once you learn all the tricks.
Round one, fight! Double German! Tiger!
Oh, threads the needle, jumps over that fireball. The drop kick though, oh, nice. Mars is in kind of a weird spot where it's like, yeah, he can just barely clear those fireballs, but doing any of his command normals, that drop kick or body splash, are going to actually lengthen his like hitbox so that he ends up getting hit by those fireballs if you go for them at the wrong time. Yeah, like I said, there are a lot of areas in this matchup where Mars can still get the jump on Mizuguchi. Yo. Oh, good to see you, Rizwan. I want to say, man, thank you for hosting this game a couple times at RetroCard. It's been hype every time we've been there. Like I was saying, though, I think a lot of the old heads have kind of moved on from the game, and it's, you know, it's been hard to bring some genuine new interest in this game. But I'll always love this game. You know, this will always be one of like my top 5 fighting games, I think. All right, looks like we're getting Dripsugeki and Mochungo up on stream. Good luck. But yeah, this means we're now in top 8. So they're looking to be our best matches for the tournament.
Sanchai! Round one, fight! Balloon!
I think going forward, like what I'm gonna do is probably set up like first to 10 sets in this game every so often, like, you know, stream them and stuff. Just because again, I love playing long sets in this game, man. You have so many like tricks. You have such a bag of tricks in this game with every character, right? With basically the top half or so of the cast. Even characters like
Wins.
even like weaker characters like Samchai and Marstorius have a lot of
Round
mix-ups to
2.
their game.
Fight.
I think there's a bit of missing context too. Like I don't want to hate on anyone, but I've seen some people try and say like that the game has died because of me, and you know that's never a good feeling, right? And it's like, listen, I'm not gonna put time into something where people kind of don't you know, don't show the respect to me that I think I think I've been putting in work for this game,
Karnov
but
wins.
it always remains something in the back pocket. Like I said, I don't want to get too into it, but you know, there are a lot of games to play, and I got people I can play this with without
Sunshine.
engaging with that kind of stuff.
Round 1. Fight.
All right, we're gonna see now. Dripsugeki actually was able to take that first round, so maybe it's not as dominant of a strategy as people think. Being able to actually punish Samchai's knee on block, though, is something that I think a lot of players struggle with. They haven't actually witnessed this character for themselves.
Sanchai.
Yeah, generic
wins.
soda, thank you. That's exactly the mindset I need people to take with this
Round
game.
2. Fight.
But yeah, man, one of the complaints I've been hearing is like people saying this game has kind of a meme reputation, right? That it's the balloon game, it's broken, it's whatever. But it's like you gotta embrace what makes a game like this unique. And let's face it, the ridiculous power level of the characters in this game is kind of the appeal of it, right? It's like ST, but it's a lot more accessible and obvious what makes characters strong in this game, and it's got a pretty different pacing to that, right?
Wins.
It's very hard to like play a game where you wall someone out in this unless you're playing like Ray, because the mix-ups are just
Round
so
1.
open-ended. The damage is very high. But yeah, I'm a new age player, right? I've been playing fighting games since like 2020-ish. So I'm all for like that freedom of knowledge, right? And I think some people maybe they see the focus on like wikis and frame data and stuff as like against kind of the philosophy they have when it comes to the game, but I think strengthening people's knowledge can only work out for the better for us, right? It certainly doesn't take away from my enjoyment of the game.
Karnov wins. Round 2. Fight.
When I think about Big Bang Blitz saying that like people would underrate Zazie way back then, right? Like Zazie now is like unequivocally top 1 in this game. I think a lot of people will tell you that. So there's always more people can learn. Oh geez, those crouching heavy punches, man. That if I was Karnov right now, my head would hurt, right? That's all I'm saying. Right? No teleport mix up this time. Right? We're backing away now. Oh, okay. Snipes him out with that crouching heavy punch again, and Dripsugeki's gonna take that 2-1.
Karnov wins.
All right, I think now is about the time we want to be doing winners finals. And that's going to be, as expected, Wedge versus Grusnak. All right. Here it says tails. All right, and Guru gets pick of player 1 or player 2. Yeah, that's the right answer. Yeah, the only thing Zazie really gets as player 1 is I think he can do like sweep into jump into the corner, but that's not as ambiguous of a mix-up as a lot of the other characters get, so it's not really useful for him.
Zazie. Round 1, fight!
I think some of it is like blank knowledge checks. Some of that stuff is pretty real. I think like Ray and Karnov get some pretty real mix-ups off the player 1 only stuff, and Ray doesn't really have a need for player 2, but it's mostly about keeping away from the characters who really like player 2, Zazie, Jean, Mizoguchi to an extent. Yeah, Lee might be the only character who like super has to make a choice, right? Where it's like he does get a particular gain on player 2's side, but it's mostly in the corner combo department, which I mean he is going to be stunning people in the corner pretty often, but at the same time his damage is so high it doesn't make a difference in a lot of matches. Both of these two just chipping away at each other and yeah, really trying to play out this neutral. Guru's in a really good position right now. Is there time? Wow. I can't believe there was enough time for him to hit him there. Wedge barely takes that.
Wins. Round 2, fight!
Dynamite! Real kick!
I'm saying this is what Karnov's Revenge can look like, man. If you're... People have been sleeping on this game. Once again. Okay, good sweep from Guru. Okay. Backdashing here to bait Hellfire. Wedge is definitely thinking twice about throwing that out, which is good. I do think at that range, like after a block tackle, dashing Hellfire may be able to clip Ray there.
Ray wins! Final round, fight!
Dynamite! DDT! Dynamite!
I mean, you know what? That's actually part of the plan, right? If you're look, if this is, you know, people aren't really talking about the game anymore, I'm gonna have fun with it, right? So that's already being worked on. That'll be out Thursday the 20th. And unlike a lot of the newer Is Broken videos, it's not going to be 20 minutes long. It's going to be like 4 minutes long at most. That's you got to keep it sometimes, man. Oh, hits him from all the way up there. Yeah, Hellfire is very good in a lot of situations. It does have one really weird thing where there's like a vulnerable frame between the little ground hit and the air hit, like that. So it can fail in some unexpected situations. I wish so badly that like Moonmaster were still playing, but in Moo's case, he's one of the people who hasn't lost his passion for the game. He's been dealing with so much like real life stuff Also, very good hands punish on wheel kick in the corner there. Wedge is doing something I think not a lot of people would do with Zazie, because they're kind of thinking too level 1. But what Wedge is doing is like doing like a button into hands and then doing hands a second time. And that second hands will usually hit weak spots that something like standing light kick or forward heavy punch into dashing hellfire will not hit. In this case, like usually Ray's weak spot as well as Lee's and some other characters. And because of how much damage Zazie's going to do on stun, sometimes it's more valuable to get that stun right away. Yeah, Guru one hit from stun here. This is really dangerous. Okay, goes for the dash into the throw there. Oh yeah, that should be dead. Nice, that puts Wedge on the board 1-1.
Zazie wins. Ray, round 1, fight.
Big tornado, big tornado, shoot, 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 big tornado. Dynamite. Shoot. Big tornado, big tornado. Shoot. Big tornado, shoot. Shoot.
Nice, and dashing hellfire there. Goes for the cross, but is a little off. I think Zazie does actually have a bit of trouble crossing people up out of the characters in this game. Nice. Yeah, they're both choosing really good buttons here to try and poke each other pretty safely if either one tries to rush in, but oh nice, gets that Thunder Dynamite. That's a pretty good move to just throw out there as well, right? Does a ton of chip. Very daunting to try and challenge. Oh, this is looking good for Wedge right now. Chip might have turned things around. Oh, that's it. Very rare you see people play this game out to the last second, but Guru's gonna do it.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, I forgot to replace the bracket. That's the Samshai only bracket from before. Let me pop this up. There we go. Oh shit, stunned already? Is that death? Goes for forward heavy punch, but you can crouch under that. Good choice from Guru. Gets the autocorrect dashing hellfire there too, wow.
Zazie wins. Final round, fight.
Right? Wedge or Guru's a bit far for that jumping light punch cross up. But I want to say, if you all are not familiar with Guru, he is basically the best active Fatal Fury special player in North America. And he's been doing an excellent job keeping that game, keeping people in the loop for that game, playing it as often as he can, and you know, keeping up with Japanese arcade footage along with other places. So always down for a chat. He might actually be newer than me. I think he started with like Eternal Fighter 0 of all games. I think he played KOF 15 for a little bit, and then he got into like Fightcade games, and it's been good ever since. Low-key, I'm thinking 2026 might be the year of North American Fatal Fury Special. I think for all the energy I have to like host tournaments and play games and teach people stuff, there are a lot of gaps in my knowledge when it comes to various games, and I think it's rare you have someone with as much technical knowledge as Guru, who's also, you know, very willing to play and teach people things, right? Something like that is essential. No, dude, straight Fatal Fury Special. That game is a classic. It's a phenomenon in Japan. There are like arcades dedicated just to Fatal Fury Special. Anyway, very good play here. Again, Guru is so willing to play to the time here. Although Zazie, I'd say, is better at applying chip than Ray. If he can get like a hands or another Hellfire, good choice to wheel kick out of the corner there.
Ray wins. Round 2, fight.
Yeah, if you're ever down to like 1 or 2 seconds in your Ray, it's pretty hard for someone to actually contest that in the air. He's just so high up. Okay, getting the heavy punch into dashing Hellfire, you don't see that every day. Oh, misses the hands there. Defensive hands is kind of crazy when you get down to it, right? That is a one-frame startup move. Has pretty huge range. There are things that like you can only punish with hands in this game.
Final round, fight.
Dynamite! Big tornado! Big tornado! Big tornado! Big tornado!
Yeah, I think Guru is well aware that like Thunder Tackle's good, but the risk of Zazie like randomly knocking you down and taking the game is real.
Big tornado! Big tornado! Big tornado! Big tornado!
Right, getting a ton of chip there. Yeah, take the throw. Losers round 4 is also first to 2, yeah. Right, we might be going the distance here. This is a lot of life for Wedge to make up. Yeah, we got less than 10 seconds. This is going to be very hard. He can't chip out that much. Even if he takes the throw, it's not going to do it. That's maybe the funniest balancing factor of this character is if he can manage to not like kill you, then it's actually pretty hard for him to open you up. You know, he can't. His throw doesn't do much damage. He doesn't have an overhead. Most characters in this game don't have an overhead, to be honest, but he doesn't really have like amazing ways to deal with someone who's blocking in the corner. Nice, okay, goes into the hands there. Wonder if it's worthwhile to use a, step back with Zazie. That's a forward back kick. It's his kind of command backdash, which is actually invincible and not a bad tool for stalling things out if he wants to.
Zazie wins.
Very good dashing Hellfire there, though.
Round 2.
Guru has been playing in a way where he's very hard to pin down and is kind of always baiting for dashing Hellfire, which is good. I feel like I don't see a lot of people actively play around it like that, and the question ends up becoming, what do I do about this move now that I'm blocking it and I'm in the corner? And in that position, you kind of have to make a guess that you're going to reversal it. Also, geez, wheel kick putting in work there. Okay, yeah, that's the kind of thing I was saying Guru would be scared of earlier for trying to go for Thunder Dynamite tackle too boldly. Right, yeah, gets Hellfire again. The roles are pretty much reversed in this situation, right? Wedge has got a big lead with Zazie, and he's going to make the most of it. At this point, even if Guru gets in a position where he can block, he's not going to want to eat that chip. It's just not going to be good for him. Yeah, now it's Wedge's turn to block it out. Ah, nice punish. I think the only other thing Guru could have done is like try to fake Dynamite tackle into throw, but there was just so little time left. That's going to be 3-2 for Wedge. It was a very close set. Well played all around. All right, let's get into losers round 2 now. Sorry, losers round 4 is going to be first up Zero Aaron versus Dripsugeki. And these are going to be first to 2 again. And then Max Berg the 4th versus Generic Soda. All right, we're in there. Hell yeah, we got the Karnov mirror this time. I think it's kind of surprising that we managed to avoid this matchup for the whole tournament, but it was bound to happen eventually. We've got, I think, 3 or 4 Karnovs in bracket today. And yeah, if you ever balloon at the same time, it's pretty much a coin toss who wins. This is one of those matches where I think the timing mix-up comes into play a lot more than most characters. I like the choice to balloon over the fireball, though. It's a very good option as well. Nice throw punish.
Karnov wins! Round 2, fight!
Alright, round 2 now. They're both kind of poking at each other. Man, wish Yuri Best Girl were able to enter this. If you guys ever need like a Karnov to play and learn from, definitely Yuri Best Girl. He's on pretty often, I'll say. Nice, yeah, uses the heavy balloon there to bait out the anti-air attempt.
Karnov wins!
I think in Karnov's case, if you're in the corner against that, you can always try and escape with 100 kicks. That's usually a good option if you've got the charge for it, which, if you're blocking balloon and standing, then you will have the charge for it, right? That's the beauty of that escape option. Tons of damage coming out here. All right, that's going to be 1 on the board for Zero Aaron.
Karnov wins!
I also want to remind people, if you're watching and maybe thinking this looks crazy and I don't know if I'm ready for it, we got beginner bracket coming up next week. It's going to be exactly 1 week from now, the 23rd. So definitely check that out if you want to get more hands-on experience with the game.
Karnov wins! Perfect!
And a perfect too, man. That's gonna be a tough pill to swallow. Oh, gets hit 3 times in the weak spot. I think under ideal conditions, you'll like crouch under the first hit of 100 kicks, and you won't need to hit the weak spot. But I think crouching will get you hit by the 3rd hit. That's another thing about this game. There are a lot of specifics when it comes to like avoiding getting your weak spot hit. Oh, the trade, trading with balloon. Not always how you want things to go.
Karnov wins! Final round, fight!
All right, this might be the moment for Zero Aaron. Oh, doesn't get the full combo off that, unfortunately. A lot of people tend to hold down backward charge, but Karnov's crouching heavy punch is not a far-reaching combo-friendly normal. Oh, both of them do it again. Yeah, that kind of thing can happen a lot. Nice cross up with the teleport. Oh, you gotta watch out. Nice. The Dripsugeki comes out on top there.
Karnov wins!
Yeah, sometimes it turns out, you know, if you use light punch balloon and they use heavy punch balloon, then you've actually got the advantage there.
Round one.
It's hard to explain at the pace that this game runs, but man, Balloon is just a move with so many uses, and it's like, it seems like a stupid overbearing tool, but it really does take a lot of practice to use effectively, I think. Nice anti-air. Oh man, if he had gotten that, that could have been a stun, I think. Oh my god. Yeah, he's not going to get there in time, unfortunate. And the throw.
Karnov wins. Round two. Fight. Balloon. 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 Balloon.
Oh, these trades are scary. Balloon is actually not hitting the weak spot there, though. Karnov's weak spot is kind of deceptively high up during that. It doesn't exactly match where it is on his character. Okay. Nice choice to heavy Balloon there. Okay, and that's going to be 2-1 for Zero Aaron.
Karnov wins.
All right, next up we'll get Max versus Generic Soda. Max coming from Serbia, not a nation you see represented too often on Fightcade, I think. That's the beauty of playing these games, man. People from all across the world will be playing a game like Karnov's Revenge or, you know, like Cyberbots. I run Cyberbots pretty regularly, and we have some strong players from Brazil, which usually you see Brazil associated with like the Neo Geo fighting games, but Cyberbots is a thoroughly Capcom fighting game. All right, looks like they're mutually agreeing to let Generic Soda be on player 2.
Sunshine. Round one. Fight.
All right, so we got the Samchai mirror. That's crazy. Yeah, you're not going to see this too often in bracket. There was someone who popped in the Karnov's Revenge Discord recently who was like, oh man, I believe Samchai is better than Ray, and you guys are crazy for not seeing that. And it is not the case at all. But this guy's fun. This character is kind of likable, I think. He's kind of got this permanent underdog status because he's got a few things missing, right? It's like, you got a very basic moveset where it's Fireball and Tiger Knee. His damage is okay, it's not bad, but it's not good. His only chainable normal is Crouching Light Kick, which means he can't chain his jab like most characters. And he's got 2 different mash throws, which they're a mixed bag. I think if your opponent can mash good, they don't do too much damage is the problem. This character is actually pretty good at playing defensively. But yeah, that's gonna take it. Generic Soda, up around.
Round two. Fight.
Okay. Oh man, Max, you gotta mash against that. That's how it works. Oh yeah, I missed your thing, Tommy. I thought about doing an original Fighters History bracket, but that game's not good, man. I wouldn't put too much time into it. I think the main thing with that game is like combos don't really work. Hit stun kind of vanishes after the second hit. So if you're not someone like Lee who can stun people in one combo, then things are kind of bad for you. There was a clip going around on Twitter a while ago where you saw like Samchai would do like standing heavy kick into knee, and Ryoko would like grab him out of it. It's bad. On the other hand, Mars has got a normal jump in that game, so Marstorius is actually buffed, or I guess he was good in Fighters History 1. So the tiers in that game probably go like, you know, Lee, maybe like Sanchai, Marstorius. Oh, dude, yeah, Max switching to Mizoguchi for this one. I'm pretty sure Karnov has Balloon in that game, but Clown and Karnov are not selectable in the arcade version, and they're unlockable in the SNES version, yeah. The SNES version actually does fix the combos, but I think the way it works is that in Fighters History 1 for the SNES, any hit will do like the boosted, you know, 50% damage, or 150% damage after you get stunned, even if it's not hitting the weak spot. So the game ends even quicker than this game. I think it's alright, but you know, it's not quite as good as Fighters History Dynamite that we got right here. Right, Generic Soda's still able to bring this one back.
Final round, fight!
Oh, nice standing heavy kick anti-air. Matchup might honestly be pretty even, but I think the main thing Samchai wants to do is actually play the distance with his fireball, because despite his good jump, Mizoguchi can still have trouble with fireballs. He definitely loses the fireball war. Nice. Generic Soda able to take that 2-0. Very good effort from Max, though. Alright, that is going to give us Losers Round 5, which is Losers Semis. Zero Aaron versus Generic Soda. That's going to be a good one. This is still first to 2.
Versus round 1, fight!
Alright, we got it. I'm finally living. We've got the Marstorius mirror. Also, I have never seen two Mars players clip through each other like that. But I guess when you're playing this matchup, you don't exactly go for heavy lariat when you know he can command grab you for it. Nice reversal. And yeah, it's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, you don't want to be using the heavy lariat there. You want to use a light one that gives you time to go for a cross-up.
Marstorius wins! Round 2, fight!
I think Mars is a super fun character in this game. And if you want a real comparison to ST, he's less Zangief, although he's definitely got the required parts, right? But he really plays a lot more like E Honda. I think like the cripplingly low jump that gives him a lot of trouble with fireballs is way more comparable. If you're charging down, you can use that flying knee drop in order to leaf right through fireballs, just like E Honda. But it's a matter of spacing it carefully so they don't sweep you when you land after it, right? Oh, both of them do it. Ah, nice. Your Aaron actually up one in the set here.
Marstorius wins!
In essence, I think his neutral game's a lot more E Honda, and the fact that he's got an easy input on command grab kind of reinforces that. But he is also like a true grappler, the way like you know, pre-super Zangief is, where he gets crazy mix-ups off of that command grab, right? He does command grab, light lariat, and then he can freely cross you up or empty jump throw or whatever he wants. Nice.
Marstorius wins! Round 2, fight!
Wow, nice. Oh, a lot of weird shit is happening right now. Mars anti-airs are weird and kind of limited. For the most part, it's like crouching heavy punch, but that move has some pretty limited active frames because it's split across like 2 different hitboxes. One that's kind of like right above him and hits behind him a little bit. Again, kind of like the E Honda chop normal, right? The heavy punch from, you know, Super Turbo. All right. Getting the knee drop out of there. Oh, both of them are fishing for the sweep, though. Very easy to want to sweep here once you see that weak spot flashing. It is very easy to scope out. Nice jab. Oh, no. Misjudges the distance. He's a little too far. Gets a single German. I don't know about that. Okay, never mind. Zero Aaron gets a command grab, and that's going to be a 2-0.
Marstorius wins!
I'm actually a little surprised. Well played. All right, that puts us into losers finals, which is going to be Grusnak versus Zero Aaron. We'll see if people want player sides. Yeah, that's awesome. It's all competition, but it's all love. And you know what? I mean, if you play Mars, it's kind of natural. Like you're gonna want to play the mirror. That character's funny as fuck. I picked up Lee just because, again, he's got too many losing matchups. I never want to play Marstorius into Ray into Young Me ever again. I used to think maybe there was something there against Gene, but even Gene is really tough for him. All right, Guru is calling tails once again. Heads this time. Will probably be but one more case where we have to call a coin flip. Maybe 2 if we see a bracket reset.
Karnov versus Round 1, fight! Balloon!
Will kick. Dynamite.
Fire! Fire!
Dynamite.
Oh shit, alright. Guru putting in the work right here.
Dynamite.
This is what a lot of these top tier matchups can look like, to be honest. Ray Lee, an especially extreme one, but Karnov is no less
Round
victim to that
two.
Thunder Dynamite
Fight.
tackle.
Tornado, big tornado, big tornado, big tornado.
In this case, he really
Big
wants to
tornado,
stand up.
big tornado, big tornado, big tornado.
And yeah, Zero Aaron presumably going for those teleports in order to get the jump on Ray. If you can get them out, we'll see how prepared Guru is for them, but I think Guru is going to be pretty ready for them. Okay, nice combo to start it out. Oh, pops the weak spot with wheel kick. That's going to be it, yeah.
All right.
Ray wins.
Again, this is losers finals, first to 3. I don't think Zero Aaron really has any other characters for this matchup, though. It's Karnov or nothing.
Fire!
Yeah, there we go. Standing up so he doesn't get stunned. Oh, okay, the fireball trade. That's actually pretty good for him. Oh, man, yeah, wheel kick stuffing that out, though. Oh, man, nice wheel kick there.
Ray wins.
Yeah. We're seeing a couple of unfortunate drops from Zero Aaron as well. If you're not getting that 100 kicks knockdown against Ray every time, then you can easily find yourself falling behind. Weak point's just one hit away from getting popped here. Nice. Right, balloon. Nice, okay. Takes the wheel kick. Zero Aaron is in a really good spot though. If I'm him, I'm just holding on to this lead as long as I can. Oh, sweep. No special cancel though. I actually think against Ray it might be worth special canceling into balloon rather than fireball, because he's gonna wheel kick out a fireball. Yeah. Yeah, too much time for a hard timer scam, but if you're gonna play it patiently, I think it's easy for Ray to kind of fall into your hands, especially because, you know, if you're prepared for a wheel kick by crouching, then you can definitely hurt him for it.
Round one. Fight.
Oh, a bit too far for the slide there. Yeah, that's going to be a lot of damage. Oh, eats a cross up too. Nice. Good confirm there for Unguru-san.
Ray wins. Round two. Fight. Fire.
Yeah, the arc that wheel kick travels in is just perfect for beating balloon. You'll kind of catch a lot of different timings of it, no matter where you are. Nice, using that heavy dynamite to rush in there. Oh, please don't be crouching against this. Yeah, he might have been able to avoid the kill there if he didn't crouch.
Ray
That's a hard thing to remember in this game with how fast it goes if you're not playing it all the time necessarily, but that's going to be 3-0 for Guru. I do want to give ups to both players, but Guru played that, you know, very effectively. It's exactly what Ray wants to do in that matchup, is kind of, you know, dominate Karnov in the zoning game, force him to engage in a way that's just not comfortable for Karnov. With that, it looks like Guru is moving on to Grand Finals. He's going to be coming from loser's side up against Wedge. Will he be able to turn things around, though? All right, looks like it's tails for Guru. Let me put that back up. Okay, Guru calling tails. Let's see what it is. And perhaps after this, we can put it away. Let's see how it goes. Wedge won that last time, so really could go either way. Alright, vote now. Do you all think Karnov is a dog person or a cat person? I think he's a cat person. I'm not going to elaborate, I just feel like that's the vibe. Oh, so I'm definitely going to be on for casuals once this ends. Probably won't be streamed, but you know, after I'm done here, I'm gonna get up and stretch, take care of something, and then I'll be on for as much of the night as I can be. I don't know what our plans are for dinner and stuff, but it's been chill. And Guru got pretty lucky this time that he was able to pick player 2 side again. Yeah, you guys are good to go.
Zazzy versus round 1. Fight!
Dynamite! Wheel kick!
Nice wheel kick. Yeah, crushing wheel kick into hands punish is actually kind of clutch. Okay, doesn't get the finisher there, but that's a scary thing with Zazzy, right? He has a potential, like, if he had gotten, like, kick into dashing Hellfire back there, that would have been the round, but now Wedge still has a massive lead against Guru here. If he can just kind of counter, yeah, very good jump there. If he can just play to counter the fireball, then he can win.
Zazzy wins! Round 2. Fight!
Right? Guru playing very defensively here.
Dynamite!
Oh, the wheel kick? Okay, yeah, that's enough of that. Now both of them are a hit away from getting that weak spot pop, and that's not... No matter who gets it, that could be a lot of damage coming your way. Yeah, at this point, Ray is dead. Oh, man. Happens again. I don't know if Wedge remembers that Zazzy forward heavy punch is crouchable by, I think, everyone except for, like, Samchai and maybe Zazzy in the mirror. Samchai is actually the tallest character while crouching in this game, which is kind of weird. He doesn't look that tall. He's definitely shorter than Zazzy when standing, but I guess that's just how it works out. He's doesn't crouch as low as other characters. Okay. Guru going for a standing heavy punch, but doesn't cancel into anything. Knows he's probably at the distance where Zazzy could reversal Hellfire there and cause things to all come crashing down. I believe we've got a crouching height chart on the wiki, and I think Ryoko is actually the shortest, and then Ray, and then Lee. But it's very close. Oh shit, yeah, there we go. In fact, I'm gonna pull it up real quick. It's on the system page. Okay, yeah, so the order is Ray, Ryoko, Beilin, Clown Karnov, and then Lee. A lot of surprising stuff in that. Anyway, this Wedge just immediately runs away with the game. He's got a huge lead here. There's lots of time for Guru to open him up, for sure. In a lot of ways, man, because of the crazy cross-ups in this game, if you like find yourself cornered with a life lead, it's actually a pretty good idea to stick yourself in the corner. Of course, then you got to watch out for those potential corner cross-ups. But if if you're crouch blocking stuff, then you can't. It can be hard to open someone up when you don't have overheads. The main thing is like, if you wait a bit and then go for a throw, that can be a powerful option. Guru has been nailing these Thunder Dynamite tackles, though. Getting a couple of them back-to-back is just shutting away Zazi's life. Even though it's not hitting his weak spot, it's still doing tons of damage. Nice. Throws him on the ducking on the way in.
Ray wins.
Guru has been playing so defensively against ducking Hellfire that it's become a good idea for Wedge to like go for empty ducking into something like throw or hands. And so Guru's been taking advantage of that and throwing the recovery of ducking because it's got like 6 frames of recovery. So it's definitely doable. I will say, Max, I've written some pretty clear rules about the beginner bracket. Beginner is kind of a misnomer just because like it rolls off the tongue better than like intermediate or whatever. Also, that was a crazy interaction there. The autocorrect dashing Hellfire just leads to a round loss.
Zazie.
Yeah, anyone who hasn't played top 3 in the last 5 years, basically since like late 2020, I put a list of all the tournaments I collected for results. So there's going to be players like Moo Master, Wedge and Guru, Yuri Best Girl who are banned. You know, people who are good at the game but who are pretty new are still going to be free to enter. Oh, ducking going through the dynamite tackle is really good sometimes. Nice, goes for a pretty delayed ducking Hellfire there that's gonna catch Guru doing anything. And yeah, that's gonna be a quick 3-0 for Wedge. Despite the fact that Guru got the player 2 side. Again, that kind of thing matters, but it is not the end-all when it comes to this game. The player interaction is still deep enough that even if you've got the little advantage, it's not going to make up for everything. That was a really solidly played set, though. 3-0, but it was close, though, right? That's what they always say. All right. That is going to end the tournament. That was about like an hour and a half, right? That's pretty good. You know, I'm happy with how this went. We ended up getting, 14 entrants, a couple of DQs due to Wi-Fi and all that stuff, but I'm happy with this turnout. I think as long as the people who are playing are happy to play the game, that's all I can really ask for. That formally marks the end of this tournament, though. I'll throw up the beginner bracket real quick. So that's a link to your beginner bracket. And I also have a bracket for Revolution. So far, only Golden Shades has signed up for that, but it's probably because I don't have that linked in the Fightcade lobby. Revolution's a fun hack. I think it doesn't quite hit the same notes as the original, but I think it's good for its own reasons. It mainly tones down some stuff. It gives characters new moves that are fun to mess with, so it's not like, it's just nerfs or anything. But I feel like it's kind of the Street Fighter Alpha to this game's Super Turbo, if that makes sense. Let me see who I want to raid. I'll throw it over to Murphigator. Looks like he's playing some stuff. That's always fun. Longtime friend of the channel. Definitely check out Murphigator. Take care, y'all. Thanks for watching. Now we'll see you next week. The dates here for Thursday are wrong. It's the 20th, where Karnov's Revenge is Broken will drop. And I'll also see you tomorrow for Trio the Punch and maybe more Chelnov runs so I can finally beat the game on stream. And we're out of here.